My name is Liam Martin. I'm 72 years of age next month. I've been living with heart failure for the last 8 years. Before that, I was living with heart disease for the last 26 years. With heart failure, I find it hardest that I have to sit and watch people doing what I should normally be able to do in my life. At my age, I should be still able to do a lot of things, and I find I can't do them anymore. I have to get people in to do work on my house. I was always handy doing things, looking after, your grandchildren. You weren't able to carry them and all, play with them as they were growing up and all that. There's a lot of things that you're restricted on. You have to depend on other people to help to do it for you. And it's very soul destroying in that sense. That's where the most part I find is the hardest part, My life is restricted in a lot of ways. I say having to give up work. As I worked the manual work, I was a post office driver all my life. I had to give that up because of the manual part of it at 56 years of age, which I was due to open to work at 65. That had a big financial effect on my life. So it does affect you an awful lot. You don't realise it until it happens to you. So you have to curtail. That's why I had to move, because I couldn't afford to live where I was living in Dublin, so I had to move. So these are things that affect your whole life, your plans for your future and all that. So it has a very, very big effect on me and my wife, my family, Well, you see, there's pros and cons like that. As I say, I know I've heart disease. I'm on medication for it. I'm not like a walking time bomb. There are people who are living with heart disease and they don't even know it. I might say I'm lucky, but it might sound funny, but lucky or unlucky. But when you're being treated with heart failure, your medications and the way you're looked after by the cardiologists under your care and the heart failure nurse and all that is brilliant. And they make sure that they check you regularly and make sure that you are, if anything is falling away a bit, your bloods are wrong and all that, they'll check them and get it sorted out for you as quickly as possible. And that is a good thing. At least I got the warning, it came too early for me to enjoy more of my life, but it's part and parcel of living. So you just learn to live with it and do the best you can and help others who are less fortunate than I am and talk to them about how you get through it. That's what I do. I help with the Heart Failure Alliance where I live and try and give advice to other people who have it and how to live with it as best we can without too much restrictions on your life. That's basically all we do. That's all we can do. As I say, it's very hard for them to know that we have. I have heart failure. My wife has, of course, my wife's in a wheelchair. If I do take her out, but me, it's very hard to know that I actually have heart failure, because it's not a thing it's an unseen health issue. But they do help in that sense that they've offered to help us in any way they can. The neighbours are very kind down here. They will ring and ask us, do we want anything? Do we need anything? But in saying that, they make sure that they keep their distance and that they do keep the protocol. But it keeps us more isolated than we ever were. As I say, we're sociable beings, which we always have been. And that's gone by the board, unfortunately, So as I say, you're just living day to day, worry all the time about it, you know, whether you will get it or not, and you're avoiding everything that you can. You're not going to avoid everything, but you have to keep in line with what you're told to do, and respect other people's illness as well as your own, so that you don't spread it if you have it. That's all you can do, you know.